Welcome back to episode 134. So last week's video you saw me attacking the GT's front bumper. I'm really pleased how that's turned out. Although the bumper has deformed over the years and it's sagging slightly, it is in a much better shape. It actually looks like it's where it should be, apart from a tiny little ripple in the front of it. But very happy with that. I think in the week before you saw me attacking the 79 car, the rear hatch, grinding off some of that paint. So I'm going back on the 79 this week. I want to get all the glass out. I want to try and get all at the back of the car. Try and get all the glass out, try and work out what grinding I need to do to get it out to the spray shop, especially the rear hatch. If I can get all the paint off the rear hatch, I can send it away to be primed so it doesn't rust. Then I plan to fit it back on the car, grind off all the paint on the steel parts, fit the hatch back on the car, and then drive it over to the spray shop and get them to prime all of the steel panels. That will leave the aluminium panels, which I'm going to get dipped, get it chemically removed, I think is the term. Chemically remove the paint so I don't take off any of the protective coating on the aluminium. And then we're pretty close to getting sprayed, I think. That's ignoring all the panel correction we need to do, all the dents, the filler, the rust holes, welding, and all that stuff I've got to do. But we're getting there. So as I always say, please click the like button, subscribe, comment, and let's dive in there and see how I do. Okay, tonight's mission is to get one of these windows out. I think I know how to do it. I've got a zip tie, which I believe you sort of feed through. And then I've got a load of plastic trim removal tools, kindly donated by my father, that I'm going to go through and just sort of ease this rubber seal over the lip on the inside, and then hopefully it'll come out. The tutorials I've watched say be on the inside and have someone on the outside. I don't have two people, so I'm going to sort of lean on in and try and get it going. My hope is that if I can get all of this bottom edge loose, then it should just pull away. But let's try and just see what happens. And obviously I store stuff in the back of the car, so it's fully loaded with junk and things. I don't know how to start, apart from what I saw on the video, which was getting this rubber seal. There, right, I can feel it. So I'm not all the way in the corner. I've seen people say about starting up in the top corner. That's too far for me to lean, unfortunately. But what I can do is start here. Oh. Go around. I may be able to do it just by fingers. Right, you probably can't tell, but what I'm doing is I'm just running my hand along and kind of bending the rubber up, which is breaking its connection with the metal where it's glued on, I'm guessing. It's going quite easily there. I may try and push a zip tie through and just see if it comes out. I assume it's going to come through here somewhere. Not straightforward. It's definitely not straightforward. I can hear you shouting, do it, and that's the bit I can't hear, the bit about how to do it. So if you shout a bit louder, it'd make it a lot easier. I can definitely hear you shouting there. I'm not sure if these rubber seals are any good now either. They feel fine across the top, but around the bottom they're a little bit ropey, I suspect. I really didn't want to have to get inside the car. Part of the problem is I don't actually know what I'm trying to do. I don't know what's supposed to happen. I assume the corner's going to pop out and then I kind of remove it all. But I don't actually know what it's going to do. Surely it just sort of pops out now. I've done 5 minutes. Isn't it time it just comes out? I thought that was the deal. It's quite impressive how they're held in. I still want to try and get that zip tie through. I saw someone else do it and it looked good. It looked like the sort of thing I want to do. I don't know what benefit it was, but it looked good. Let's have another go. Oh, I'm through. Right. I guess that's good. Is that good? I don't know. It sounds good. Let's see if we can do anything with that now. Thick old bit of glass, isn't it? That's a thick old bit of glass. That doesn't want to move. It is starting to move. I mean, maybe it's just a war of attrition that I just keep on going and eventually it will just give in. It is slowly starting to move a little bit more, I think. I wish I could push, but I can't get in the car to push out because it'll pop out on the floor and I can't push hard enough here to get any force on it. Not any real force. And I don't want to break it because I'm that strong, you know. Oh, I think I might have got something. I've got my tool in there and I'm levering it and I can hear it clicking all the way around as it's sort of loosening out. So why don't we do that a bit more in a couple of different places. Right. Slowly sort of inch around. I can hear it sort of creaking, so something's going on. Probably means it will shatter in a minute, but they're only cheap, aren't they? It's definitely slowly coming out. There's just emphasis on the word slowly. 1, 2, where's my other tool? Oh, in the corner. Notice the tool fully out here. Right, now I've started to get it going. I'm now lifting the rubber over the metal lip on the inside. And that's relieving the tension on everything that's holding the glass in, I think. And this front edge is where the action's happening. It might be this corner. It's definitely seeing it my way now. I sort of come round to the idea, I think. If I can get this one in, that's probably enough. I just can't kind of bend over there because of obviously the hatch is in the way. There we go. Right. So I need to get my fingers almost underneath the glass now, so we're very close now. Again, I'm just going to go along on the inside and try and lift up the rubber trim. You're not far off. There's this stupid bumper bar I've got for the back of the GT. Every time I move, I trip on it. I need a bigger garage. I need multiple big garages in the Oxford area. Right, we're not far off. This is a good workout as well. This is very difficult. But I think you'll find I've only gone and done it. Right, I've got my fingers virtually under there now. Be nice if I could get it out without shattering it, wouldn't it? That would be good. Yeah, it's nearly there. Look at that. There we go. Right. Ready for get the drum roll. Never beaten. Well, yet. I don't really want to rip the rubber, so I'm just sort of making sure it comes away. I can see, I didn't hold it then, I noticed. I could have dropped, I guess. So make sure it's coming out in one piece. That's fine. That end, I can see this end's still sort of attached in some way. For some unknown reason. Oops. There. Ta-da! Glass out. One glass out. Brilliant. I've not had time to clean this out yet, but you can kind of get the view. This is all clean down here. Those are coming to this bottom edge, bit rusty, a little bit of surface rust, a little bit rusty. So there's a little bit of damage there. I'll have to see what we do with that. Potentially a little bit of damage there. Hard to see. It may just be surface rust. I mean, all of this might just be surface rust. It's hard to tell at the moment. I can't see is where I was pushing through. That was just here somewhere, wasn't it? Although it could have been going up and over. I need to check. It's probably here. This is a bit more dubious than... we'll have a look. Anyway, that's how it's looking there at the moment. So now it's the same game on the other side, which I'm expecting to be a little bit tricky because there's just a lack of space how it's parked in the garage. I'm actually just inspecting the seal. I don't know whether the seal the window I just took out, whether the seal is okay or not. We'll have to see about that one. I may need new window sills, which I suppose is not too unexpected, given that it's so old. But let's have a go at this one then. Now this has more rust. I'm kind of hoping I can get in here a bit easier. Now I know what to do, like that. I'm straight in. Time this one, guys. This could be a world record. It could also shatter, of course. Let's not rule that out. This is definitely rustier as well. Whew, time for a break. It's tiring. So I was making good progress to start with, and then it's kind of slowed down mainly because I got tired. Maybe I've been too gung-ho going straight in for the kill and hoping it's just going to come flying out without sort of working my way all the way around it yet. Perhaps I should get back to doing that. I'm pretty sure the rubber seal on this one is dead. It doesn't look or feel very good. It's sort of deteriorating by the second at the moment. So I think we can assume that's done. So given that, I think we can go a little bit more aggressive at it. Right, my dream of speed running this has sort of fallen foul of it getting stuck, and I'm still stuck. Desperately trying to get something out with my various tools, and they do work. They're very good, but they can't perform miracles. A lot of it's getting your fingers. I can't get my fingers underneath the rubber stuff quite often. Perhaps I can do it down the bottom. So I can sort of work my way around like that. I just can't get around it. It's the top edge I'm trying to get under. And that is, that's hard from here. Screw that. Let's go back to the bottom edge. Because it is moving, it's definitely thinking about coming out. Might just have to force it a little bit more. It's close. But here she comes. It's all happening now. and the seal is definitely dead. I bet it'd be fun fitting one of these. Right, it's out. Oh, coming out. A little bit of glue holding in at the top there. But yes, I mean the seal is perished, unfortunately. The interesting part is what's happened to the car. So again, I've not cleaned up at all, and hopefully it's focusing. I know it likes to not focus quite often, but it should be focusing. It's only that bottom edge that is the worry, and obviously here we can see there's the hole that's sort of eaten through. The actual, I mean the metal is only down here. This is the worst part, funny enough. So structurally, maybe it's okay. It's solid, it's just a lot of surface rust. Maybe I'm going to get away with that. This obviously needs welding here, so I can cut all this out. But the back edge is smooth on there. It's not there at all, it's all down here. Nah, we'll have to, I'll tidy it up. I can grind all the paint off and we can see what we've got. All along here is fine. I'd like to get on the back of there and see what it's like. Because obviously there's rust there, so I need to know if that's coming through from underneath or if it's surface rust. But all the other side, or the other edges are all okay. It looks like water, obviously it just runs down and just sits in this sort of gully between the rubber and the metal, slowly corroding away. Right, finally climbed back in. Okay, first start for, I don't know, a month probably, the Merry Miller. So whenever the Merry Miller was, I'm not sure what the date is now, 30th, 2 weeks ago. 2.5 weeks ago, something like that. Let's have a go. That's how you do it. Right, so let it warm up a little bit, then we'll reverse it out. And you just turn it around. Just turn it around really so I can get to the back of the car. Now very soon I'm going to be draining this of all petrol so we can do the welding. I just want to let it warm up for a fraction. There's a little tiny amount of petrol in. Running quite happily. There's so much more agricultural than the GT. These early engines, you can really, you know, it's much more visceral. Noise. GT is surprisingly quiet by comparison. Right, I've got the rear hatch back out in the garden today. It finally stopped raining, so what I'm going to do is try and get these screws out so we can get the glass out. These are the little clips that hold, oh that one came out. They hold the glass in from the other side, I believe. And they should. Just looking round, I thought it was going to be here all week, but it looks like it's only these top ones are actually in and done up, which is, I guess, slightly worrying and slightly relieving because it means I don't have to do anything. They could actually even be missing all the way around. Yeah, I can't see any more screws at all. Let's quickly whip them out. So I'm not going to go crazy with this, but I'm going to use the heat gun because I've got one, as we know now, and it's quite cold today. It's about 9 degrees, something like that, and I want to just see if it will warm up the glue enough that I can slide this in. And just sawing backs and forwards really seems to be okay. Slow progress, but it is going. Honestly, it is going. Ugh. This stuff is very sticky. I suppose my fear is that I heat it too much and the glass shatters. I've got a spare, of course, so not the end of the world necessarily, but let's just see what happens here. Another trick I was told was to use WD-40, but I've been resisting it because I don't want to get lots of oil on this and then be cursed with trying to get oil off before painting. So I figured maybe it's better if I don't use it to start with. I'll just see if this will come out without the hassle. This is what it is. Butyl or something. It comes out. So warming up definitely makes a difference. It's not that bad. Just hoping I can lever this up. I've noticed it's starting to slowly come away. I've been all down this side and just round this corner, and I can see, I don't know if you can see there, but it is definitely like very lifting up. Ugh. Again, I don't want to shatter it, but I equally don't want to go all the way around picking it out. So I'm hoping it will come out like this. So I got those two tools underneath that bit. Oh, I got my jeans dirty with this stupid butyl stuff. I've cut around quite a lot. I think I can probably get a couple more of my plastic tools and slowly start trying to tease it away. Oh. Right, so the trick to get these out is spend a lot of time with the cheese wire, sort of cutting your way around, and a heat gun if you've got one. Brilliant. Right, pretty happy with progress so far. So obviously the hatch, I've got most of the paint off. We've got the glass out. I've got to do the dirty job now, getting that butyl, rubbery, plasticky, whatever it is, stuff off, the gluey thing. I don't know any way to do it than just sort of go at it. So I'm not gonna use any chemicals. I'm just gonna try and scrape as much off as I can. I just tried my drill with the wire thingamy. This does not work. All it does is get stuck in it. So I won't be using that. I'm just gonna try and scrape off what I can, and then maybe we'll get out the thinners or something like that and see if we can remove the rest. I'm avoiding WD-40, although it's been recommended. It's oil, and I don't want to get oil on something that's going to be painted. Maybe it's not a big deal, but I'm going to try without to start with. Right, that's all I'm going to do today. What I've done then is go all the way around on the edges here, this sort of, whatever edge you call this, and I've done one side of the inside lid around the other side, like in there. So I've got 3 inside lid edges to do, and then a little tiny bit on the back side, but it shouldn't be too bad from here. Right, as always say, I'm going to leave it there. I'm quite pleased with that. That's both windows out. Obviously I took the original hatch glass out 2 weeks ago. It didn't take much to get it out, I just had to lift it out. The New hatch is stripped of paint. I've gone round now all of the inside edge, and that's completely done now. The only place I need to go is on the back side, and I think I need to do a bit of a lip on it. I need to work that out. And the glass is obviously out with all that butyl on. I need to get that off so we can reuse it. If I reuse that, I might try to reuse the original glass because it's tinted, and someone told me that's unusual or rare and only on those early cars. So I'd like to preserve that if possible. Pretty successful week though. I'm quite pleased with that. As I always say, keep watching, of course. Like, subscribe and comment, leaving those comments, and I'll see you next time.